An independent watchdog agency has opened an investigation into the former Justice Department special counsel who brought 2 criminal cases against now President Trump. The Office of Special Counsel confirmed over the weekend that it is investigating Jack Smith, and he is accused of engaging in political activity through his inquiries into Trump before his current term. Smith brought 2 cases against Trump, one accusing him of conspiring to overturn the 2020 presidential election and the other of hoarding classified documents at his Mar-a-Lago estate. Now, it's not clear what basis exists to contend that Smith's investigations were political in nature or that he violated the Hatch Act. Queen City News Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes is here with us. Khalif, first of all, talk about what the Hatch Act is.
Brian, the Hatch Act is put in place specifically to avoid what the allegations what the Trump administration is making against Jack Smith. That if you are an elected official or someone that's connected to the administration in some official capacity, you can't use your official office to do any political campaigning. And so what I think is ironic is that the very act that is put in place to protect this from occurring, and there are, you mentioned it in the opening, I've looked at the Hatch Act. I'm looking for the allegations that they've made against Jack Smith. I haven't found them yet. You can look over, upside down, inside. I don't think this makes sense to bring these type of claims against him for a couple of reasons. First of all, the Office of Special Counsel, when President Trump was candidate Trump, he made a number of attacks at the very office. He thought that the office was unconstitutional, that there was no basis for appointing Jack Smith to that type of office. However, he's now using the same office, the Office of Special Counsel, to go after Jack Smith. And what are the allegations? We don't know. There are no allegations. There are just a number of statements and a number of threats. But what we do know is that the Trump administration has a history of violating the Hatch Act themselves. The Office of Special Counsel in 2021 came out with a report, 63-page report, and listed 13 allegations, 13 times where Trump administration officials made violations, including during the RNC, where the Trump son, where Trump's chief of staff came out and made clear, blatant violations of the Hatch Act. And so I am concerned and confused that now this is that tit for tat. This is that, the pot calling the kettle black. If we were concerned with the weaponization of the criminal justice system, this is it acting out.
Those are the things that come to mind, especially when the need of the investigation now. Why is that, considering both of these cases, they were abandoned after his November win?
It was smoke and mirrors is what I heard from a number of folks on the Democratic side as saying that this is something that is an attempt to deflect a lot of the attacks that have been going against the president right now for the Epstein files and for the Epstein list. Anything that they can do to try to take the limelight off of that investigation, I believe, is what folks on the Democratic side are saying. If you can make another something else seem like it's more important, then now maybe my 15 seconds of windows of that Epstein list will be pushed to the side. But I think on a more serious note, it undermines the legitimacy of some of our rules. It undermines the legitimacy of the office of the presidency. If you are going to campaign on you're not wanting this office to even exist, and then now use that very office to go against your political rivals or folks that even went after you, you have to look back at the facts. Merrick Garland appointed Jack Smith, right? In November, two grand juries indicted the president on these charges. Jack Smith wasn't doing anything political. He was doing what he was put in place to do, following the evidence, putting it in front of a grand jury, and seeing if they thought, these citizens in these jurisdictions thought that he committed some type of crime. That is what happened in that situation. And now I would love to see what the next steps look like for this. Jack Smith is a very intelligent individual. I don't think this will go past the front door of the investigation.
We will see where that investigation goes, and we will be following it. Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes, thanks.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.